You're not going to go on Ariel Helwani. You're not going to go on Luke Thomas. You're not going to go on Full Reptile Dysfunction or whatever it's called. None of those you're going to go on and be hearing about Days of Our Lives, right? Well, today you can. Most of you have probably already heard that Daniel Cormier's truck was stolen like a couple weeks ago. And it kind of surprised me to see DC's response to it. There's a video that he was in with Chael Sonnen. And DC was kind of like, he was on that like, I just been violated. Remember that? He's breaking it down to Chael. He's like, these dudes that stole it, they were acting like if it was all good, like it was their truck. They weren't like on the run. They weren't like stripping it down. They were like just another day. They had swapped the VIN and they went to the DMV. They're just in line like just normal people. They got tags and everything. It was like you go steal someone's dog and you just like rename it, take it to the groomer and all that. Like no guilty conscience. You just go about your day. They were just acting like if it was their own. And he was saying it like he couldn't wrap his dome around it. Like as big as it is, like he still couldn't wrap his dome around it. He's like, how could they just do that? Like that's so weird. And I thought it was ironic that he said that. Because that's the same thing that DC has me feeling like. DC has been shaving the VIN off of my material. DC's been lined up at the DMV just slapping tags on something that I manufactured, you know? Like today, if you hear the term stolen valor, you're probably thinking about Tim Kennedy. But not me. I hear stolen valor, I'm thinking about DC. I'm thinking about Chael Sonnen. I'm thinking about Paul Felder. I'm thinking about Dominic Cruz. I'm thinking about, who was that other fool that I can't remember right now? I just named him in one of my last videos. I can't remember. There's too many of them. I was just telling you guys in that video that I feel like, you know how you hear those stories? I feel like I'm the black dude. I'm the black dude that invented like the flower seeds, you know, like a big, like the best thing since bread was invented. Sunflower seeds. I'm the black dude that was like, hey, look what I did. And then the dude was like, I got him. And then he goes and markets it and goes mainstream. And I'm like, what about me? And this is a tricky situation because I'm the black dude, but DC's also the black dude. So it's that black on black violence. And this video was sponsored by my Patreon with new videos every weekday. For reals. I made a video talking about how Paul Felder just put out a video breaking down Andrew Tate sparring footage out of nowhere, out of all the people, like anyone. Paul Felder, professional fighter, anyone's footage he could have been breaking down. It could have been a UFC fighter, anyone. It was Andrew Tate. After I had just been talking about Andrew Tate and how he should fight Gavin Newsom at the White House. Super random, right? But Paul Felder's talking about it like his mainstream business. I was talking about John McCain, right? Super random. We don't just talk about John McCain in everyday MMA conversation, right? The day I put out the John McCain video, later Dominic Cruz comes out on his Instagram talking about John McCain. I went on that video the other day, super Pacific. I was talking about soap operas. Out of everything. I mean, we're talking about the MMA community. I wasn't talking about The Ultimate Fighter. I wasn't talking about Contender Series. I was talking about Days of Our Lives. I was talking about The Young and the Restless. I was naming soap operas. Super random, right? That's not typical. You're not going to go on Ariel Helwani. You're not going to go on Luke Thomas. You're not going to go on Full Reptile Dysfunction or whatever it's called. None of those you're going to go on and be hearing about Days of Our Lives, right? Well, today you can. Today you can. I got a comment today by Zoo-R5Y. And in all caps, he says, bro, 10 minutes ago, ESPN MMA, the hardest hitter at 3 minutes and 10 seconds, Daniel Cormier literally stole your story of watching soap operas with your grandma. Oh yeah, I specifically mentioned my grandma. I specifically mentioned being at my grandma's house, being babysat by my grandma all the time because no one was at home and I had to go with my grandma. She was always watching her stories and she was always watching Days of Our Lives, and Stefano kept dying and she kept getting sad. And I was like, fool, he's gonna come back. He does it every time. Very specific. My grandma, soap operas, Days of Our Lives. And he's like, bro, and he likened it to the heavyweight division like you did, because I was saying it's a soap opera. How do you guys not see the plots? I can see it coming a mile away because I was raised on soap operas. I know the arcs. I know how it goes. So when everyone's like, he's retired, he's a dog, he's not coming back, and I'm like, yes, it is. Yes, it's so predictable. Jon Jones is Stefano. I mean, that's not a common conversation point in the MMA community, talking about Stefano. Should I say, I'm going to put it out, John Black. I'm going to start talking about John Black. Is Ariel going to talk about John Black tomorrow? I'm going to start talking about the midget from Passions. Hey, who's going to talk about him tomorrow? Who's going to talk? Luke Thomas is going to talk about him. He's going to call him the little person because it's Luke Thomas.
I will not let this opportunity slip through my fingers. Cup of coffee, man, yeah.
Doing me like Rodney Dangerfield. And I ain't even going to give you the reference. If you don't know, you don't know. It's not if you know, you know. No. Charlie, if you don't know, you don't know. DC was talking about how he felt a little bit insulted that the San Jose Police Department wants to go through his phone. He's like, bro, you treated me like if I'm the suspect. I'm the victim. And they want to check his messages, making sure he's not doing insurance fraud. I want to check his phone. I want to watch his search history. I want to see that he's watching my videos just like Tony Ferguson. Just like MMA on point, stealing my jokes. I saw it. I thought we were homies. I'm going to be honest. I like the two dudes that from the start, but they have a bunch of writers. It's probably one of the writers. And I got receipts. I know DC watches my videos. I know he watches my videos because there's been 2 people from his camp in my DMs. That's right, DC. And you know Chael Sonnen watches my videos because he commented on 2 of them. And I'll show you the screenshot right here. And I was in contact with Chael's camp before because he starts commenting, showing love on my videos. And I was like, hey, fool, cool, you like my stuff? You want to be a showrunner? I'm trying to make this show, whatever. You think it's so good? Ghosted all of a sudden. He didn't like the content. He loves it, but then he don't love it. He loves me not. He loves me not. He's watching my video, steals my content. He loves me not, but he'll steal my content. Not for nothing. He comes on and shows love, and you know, it's cool, it's public and everything. People are like, hey, that's what's up. Grandmaster's doing good. Ghosted. But then they start talking about how I said in another video, Ilia Topuria, what he's doing is actually bad for the UFC. It's exposing the UFC. It's exposing weight divisions. It's exposing weight cutting because he's going to be a 5-division champion. He already TKO'd Merab. Merab won't even spar with him anymore. He keeps dropping him. Got featherweight, got lightweight, wants to go up to welterweight, do his business there, wants to go up to middleweight because Adesanya wants to get down with him because of what he did to Volkanovski. And then Dana White's like, you're embarrassing all my champions. You're exposing, you're showing people we don't even need weight divisions. How am I going to make money having different divisions and different champions? It's not good. I talked about it. I stressed the importance of keeping him in his place. And then they're talking about the same thing on the hardest hitter. They're just watching, taking notes. I'm just sharing with you. We all watch each other, right? People learn from each other. Like I said, the imitation is the most sincere form of theft, and that's what they're doing right now with us. I'm sure I'm not the only one. You know, I don't want to flatter myself. I'm frustrated right now, And I'm talking about what's going on. I'm calling it out. Maybe it's that synchronicity that Carl Jung talks about. That, you know, the universe is just so intertwined. You know, like when you think about someone and then they call you, you're like, dang, like how does that happen? Maybe it's the same thing. Maybe it's just so embedded into the whole consciousness, you know? Or maybe not. Because after that homie left me the comment that I told you about right now, I went onto the ESPN MMA page. I went onto the hardest hitter and I left a comment. And I put a timestamp 310 and I went, hey, what's up? Why don't you just straight upload my whole video onto your channel, homie? And they deleted it. My comment's nowhere to be found. They want to just make me disappear. They want to act like the whole thing never happened. I refreshed it. I went to a different browser. I logged out. I went to a page I never signed in on just to see if maybe I just couldn't see it. It's gone. They want no trace of the Grandmaster. They want it to be as if I never existed. They're trying to erase the Grandmaster from history. I want to tell you all right now, and I want it to be very clear. Just in case. The Grandmaster didn't kill himself.